All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Jumper Punch Live. Everyone give a round of applause. I've got some notes. All right, so what are we doing here? All right, first of all, I want to welcome everyone. I just want to say that if it wasn't because of all of you guys, all of you, this wouldn't have happened. So thanks from the Jumper Punch, the whole team. We'd like to thank you for getting this going. Now, I did say that if we could get this going, I was going to do a little bit of a stand-up, come up here and embarrass myself. And true form, I will come up here and I will embarrass myself. So when this was just a twinkle in our eye, this is what we thought. We thought, you know what, we'll get this started. I'm going to come out here, I'm going to do a bit of a stand-up routine. Now, when I told everyone that this was going to be a little bit of a stand-up routine, everyone kept saying to me, mate, this is going to be the hardest thing you've ever done. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. It's going to be so hard, this. It's going to be uncomfortable. You know how uncomfortable it is to get up here, try to make you laugh? It's going to be so uncomfortable. And I started thinking to myself, you know what? This could actually be the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done. Until I looked out into the audience and I saw that they put my ex-wife on the same table as my girlfriend. Who set that up, Mars? Can you imagine that conversation later? Oh, do you see what he does at night? Oh yeah, that was disgusting. You see what's on his ass? But you know what? That would have even been funnier if she was actually here, but she is running late. And the last time I heard that my ex-wife was late, I had to get married. Now, it's great. I'm looking out in the audience. Everybody's here. Look at this. Everybody's here. It's fantastic. We've got everyone. Look at this. Over there, we've got the Monday Blues. Everyone give them a cheer. Hey. Monday Blues. That's all we needed, isn't it? Another bunch of wogs talking about a game they didn't invent and know nothing about. You know what? Actually, last time I saw two guys that looked like you sitting together, I got off the plane. Nah, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. We love him. Hey? I just hope the show doesn't bomb. And look at this. We've got everyone. We've got the Forever Rivals. Everyone give them a cheer. Hey? We've got them all. As you can see, we haven't got Quinn. Quinn's not here. Quinn's watching Richmond get absolutely arse-whipped. But he will come, and I could see as soon as I said Quinn's not going to be here, everybody was disappointed because everybody loves Quinn, don't they? Everybody loves Quinn. I can just see if there was a show about him. Live with his wife, 3 kids, parents across the road, dead shit Collingwood brother annoying him. Talking about dead shit Collingwood supporters, we've got Manny over here. Give him a clap. And next to him we've got Markov from Corton Security Blinds. How are you? Hey Manny, Pies are playing tomorrow, aren't they?
Yeah, Kangaroos tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, they're playing tomorrow. Are you going? Oh, sorry, stupid question. You don't go. But I'm going to give you a bit of advice, mate, just in case you do want to go, right? What you're going to do is you're going to get on the train at Southern Cross, right? You're going to get there, you're going to get off at Southern Cross, and you're going to get off and you're going to start walking. You're going to see a whole bunch of people, and you'll know you're on the right track. None of them will have teeth, they'll all have their dole checks in their hand, right? Just keep following them all the way up the escalators and keep walking towards, you see a big wall. Big wall, you just keep walking towards the wall, mate. Just keep going. Till you see an opening, you go through the opening. You go through the opening. This isn't your show, mate. Sit there and shut up. There's going to be a big opening. Right? You're going to walk through that opening and there's going to be like some green grass and there'll be all these men playing a game. That's football, Manny. So what you can do is you can watch the game and maybe you can bring something to the table on Wednesday, eh? Then we've got Marco. He left me a note before. I'll just read it to everyone. It says, to everybody, if you're feeling a bit down, feeling a bit like tired, and you want a bit of a pep up, that's funny because you're an Essendon supporter and it sounds like peptides. Meet him in the toilet in about 5 minutes, he'll fix you up. I've got a bit of a note because, unlike Essendon, I like to have a plan. That's fantastic here. Everyone underneath the same TJP banner here. Isn't it fantastic? We've got all sorts of races here. We've got we've got different races, we've got different religions, genders. It's fantastic. This is what the TJP does. Brings everyone together, doesn't it? Brings everyone together under one banner, and we love everyone. We love every single person the same. The same. Everyone the same. Even the Greeks. But we love you, Matula. Matula, you're my favourite. Favourite Greek of all time. Out of all the Greeks, you're my favourite. All of them. Except for Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great. I love him. Because he was great. He was Greek, wasn't he? No. Or was he Maso? Yugoslavian? No one really knows. No. All I know is they conquered you. And then we've got the Italians. How many Italians in here? There's got to be a few Italians. Yo! Hey? They were rapt when they heard about this function. They were rapt. They were excited. They were excited. They were so excited until we told them they had to pay. But you know Italians, they do the same thing wherever they go. It's this function, another function, a wedding, it's always the same. They'll go there, they'll eat all your food, they'll drink all your drinks. They'll dance, they'll be merry. They'll come up to you at the end, they'll thank you, well, it was a great time. They'll go home and then bag you for the rest of the night. The food was disgusting. Did you see the way that whore of a wife was dressed? And did you see where they sat us right in the back after everything I'd done? We should have sat at the front. And then we've got the Aussies. We've got the Aussies, eh? The Aussies bring everybody together. We love it. We've got Johnny Holden. He's our favourite Aussie of all time. What a name, Johnny Holden, mate. I love that name. Hey, it's like Crocodile Dundee. What a name. Johnny Holden. Can you just see him introducing himself to someone? Hello, my name's Rocco. Hello, my name's Johnny fucking Holden, mate. Right, Johnny fucking Holden. Football meat pies, kangaroos, and Johnny fucking Holden cars.
It's John Holden, like
When's the last time you saw so many Italians in the same room, John? You know when I saw the last time was that ferry when it was sinking. They were all trying to save themselves. Do you remember that? With the Italian captain. Do you remember that? Yes. Yeah, and then he did the most Italian thing you could do. He left, went to a restaurant and ate some spaghetti. But you know what? I just want to talk one more thing before I go. One more thing. Just one more thing. Pronouns. Oh shit, I can already see the shifting in the seats, the pronouns, but I don't want to talk about how many different pronouns there are, because what is there? 20, 30, 50, 100? No one knows anymore. No one cares. I want to talk about the generation, the new generation. What are they? X, Y, Z, K? No one knows. No one knows. They all walk around like they invented pronouns. Like they're the ones that invented pronouns. They walk around, oh, look at me, I've got a pronoun. I'm so special, I've got a new pronoun. My pronoun today is like might. and he. I shall be called might and he, because today I might be a he. But they think they invented the pronouns, but pronouns were invented ages ago, a long time ago, man, years and years ago, while you were still in your dad's balls, or your mum's balls, whatever, I don't know anymore. But my dad invented the pronouns ages ago. He invented the pronouns ages ago, before you were all born. He had already invented pronouns. You know what, Johnny? You know what my dad used to call me? You know what pronoun he used to call me? He used to look at me like this and he would say, bastardo. And he'd say like that too, like he was in The Exorcist. Bastardo. You know what that means, Johnny? Bastard. That's the pronoun. You know what else he used to call me? He used to call me rimbambido. Rimbambido, what a word. You know what that means? Dumb. Dumb bastard. That was my pronoun. But he didn't he didn't discriminate. He used to also give pronouns to my sister. Everyone say hi to Carmela. Carmela. Everyone say hi to Carmela. Hey? You notice how we say it? Carmela, Rocco. We have to extend everything just like our goodbyes. There always have to be, everything's got to be long. It's not Carmela, Rocco, Carmela. It's Carmela, Rocco. He gave her pronouns too. When she didn't do all the laundry, the dishes, wash the driveway down with the hose, he would look at her and he would go, Buttana. And he'd say like that too, trust me, Buttana. That means prostitute. That's what he would call her. You know what else he would call her? Call her strega. Fucking a strega. That's what he would say to her. That means witch. Now, I just want to make you understand, he used to call my sister, at 3 years old, mind you prostituting witch. And me, you dumb bastard. But we're all right. We grew up fine. I'm all right. I don't need to go to a psychologist once a week. I'm fucking fine. Because we grew up fine. You know why? Because we're strong, we're rugged, we're tough. That's the way we like our footy team. We're rugged, strong, tough. And just like the jumper punch. Strong, rugged, tough. And you know what? I think it's time to start the show. All right, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Jumper Punch.
These on? They are. Am I on? Am I on? Am I on?
Is he on?
Am I on? Testing 1, 2, 3.
There we go. That's it. How we going, guys? How we going, guys? How we going, guys?
How am I going?
Yeah.
I'm good. You? I need to hold it away from you, and you need to hold it away from me. We're well. We're good.
Very well.
How are you guys?
How's everybody in the audience? All right, so it should be a big night. We've got plenty of surprises, plenty of guests.
Where's that coming from? Nah, it's like
Where's Mr. Music Man? Come on, that's your job.
How's your ears?
So tell me, Flower, did you have something to say?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, right. Well, I may as well stand up and do this. So we'll get the formalities out of the way nice and early. I know Rock started us off pretty well. So we'll start with the thanks. On behalf of Rocco Marsden, I would like to extend our many thanks to the Philan Club and the Lazio Marquez Social Club for helping us put this night together. Nadia and the crew have done a power of work to get this up and running. So big thank you to the crew out the back. And of course, we'd like to acknowledge and thank the traditional owners and custodians of this land that we stand on today.
Carlton.
The Italians. Thank you. I heard the sighs before I said that. Our sound and tech whiz Will, he's on the panels tonight, making sure you can hear and see us and see everything as the night progresses. And of course, to all our sponsors and supporters, Gonkan, our main man from Schmitz Northland, you know the deal. If you subscribe to the Jumper Punch, 17% off. If you remember on our page, it's 25% off as well. And Christu, North Seafood Bar and Grill. Of course, we're hoping he's going to be here a little bit later tonight. He's a busy man at the restaurant. Wood Kogan, of course, who sponsors the channel and the show with Irish crypto fan token by Gordon Hogan. He's a poet and he didn't even know it. His countless donations to the channel via the live chat, they never go without notice and praise. To Lyndon Hosking as well from Top Dog Liquor. He's a Commonwealth Games medal winner in boxing.
Yeah.
So we didn't thank him for Top Dog. I reckon you know what might happen if we didn't thank him. So big thank you and shout out to Lyndon, to Mark Ponte from Corton Security Doors and Blinds. He might be an Essendon supporter, but he's good enough to show his face where he feels.
Yeah, we love him.
Mars and Simba, their little collecting and card trading business. What do you sponsor? Banana of the Week.
Yeah.
Because I am a banana.
Exactly. And to all the shows on the channel, of course, Forever Rivals, Dylan and Luca with Double, Rash and Sam with their great Thursday show as well, the locker room, the change room, which is fantastic. And to Vince Lochisano, of course, needless to say, he's helped us build this channel from the very beginning. He's passionate. He's unrivaled, arguably unrivaled in this room as well. He helped us with his network through Legends of the Jumper Punch, all the ex-player interviews. If it wasn't for him, Vinny Catoggio and Peter McConville, they would have been here as well. So thank you for and last but not least, to all our audience and listeners, they're here in attendance tonight, and even those who couldn't make it, without all of you, none of this would be possible. Let's get the show on the road.
Well done. I might get you to do that every week, brother.
Hey?
You get to do that every week for us.
It's quicker than the way you do it.
No.
Spends half an hour just trying to get it. Yeah, I know.
I'm just
I
trying
thought it was a 5-minute skit,
No.
not 15.
You know me,
But
mate.
that's some of your best work.
I'm at work, is it? It was pretty good, huh?
Nah, it's pretty funny.
That was pretty
If
funny?
you got me laughing, it's funny.
It was funny?
Yeah, it's funny.
Which bit did you like? What about the bit about the Monday? That was funny, huh? Yeah, sitting in the
Like, I'd be
plane.
scared sitting next to that. I feel scared for Nadia's mum. It's like, I don't have a bomb vest on, it's all good. It's all good, cuz. No, we love them, they're great. They're
No,
the best.
I was just noticing, and between them, we've got a couple of Turks, we've got a boxer here, the Wogs, mate. Anyone tries to attack us here,
No one's taken over.
we're done, mate. We'll clean up everyone.
Yeah, we do. And we've got Dino on the front line.
Dino.
Mate, I'm all sorted, man. Right, I'll dig deep and yeah.
So what we're going to do is what we do every week.
Please Williams.
What are we going to do? Order some coffees?
We're going to order some coffees, yeah. You got the phone?
Does everyone know the number?
Does anyone know the number?
There we go. They got it now. They were a bit scared.
Hopefully it changes soon.
Yo, hello. I know it's Saturday. I know. We'll get the coffees. No, not there. Now we're in Broadway. No, not America. Here, Broadway Reservoir. Yes. All right. Let's do it. Let's get them ordered. Thank you very much. All right. Let's get these.
It's going to change to 2024.
Mate, we've got to do the 2024 now, don't we?
think you'll have
Oh, here we go. We got the beautiful assistant. Got the beautiful assistant. Thank you for the comment. Wait, before you go, just relax a bit. Now, thank you for bringing in the coffees to the beautiful assistant. But next week is a very special day for this girl. It's your birthday, isn't it?
Birthday next week.
So let's all sing a big happy birthday to Bart.
3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tan. Happy birthday to you. Happy Light the candle.
Make a wish.
She's going to take that with her?
Yeah, I think we can take that away, and we'll, at in interval, we'll all have a bit of cake. How's that sound? Thank you very much, Nadia.
Thank you, Nadia.
Where's the spoons?
Oh yeah.
What are we going to eat, like Neanderthals? Come on, Buck.
You bet. What do you reckon? We do the full-on pan for piss today?
Yeah, we'll do the full one.
Let's do.
That's out of Andrew Russell's cage. It came straight out of Mitch McGovern's asshole.
Drink responsibly, of course. See, that's a decent pour.
Ah, we're gonna go, man. Thank you, darling.
She doesn't have her
Security.
license tonight.
She doesn't have a light. No, you got it.
Cheers. If you've got drinks there, you can all raise your glasses, I suppose.
And this is Oh, this is to the Mighty Blues. Let's go, fellas.
That's actually not bad. Not bad.
All into those cakes as we go along.
All right, guys, so we're here. It's amazing where we first started. Remember I rang you?
Yes.
I said, Paul, do you want to do it? No, I don't want to do it.
No, see.
You said you didn't want to do
No,
it.
I didn't say that.
And then you passed on Mark.
No,
And then you saw how good it went, and then you jumped on board.
I said I may not have the time to do it.
But I found in the last 4 years, you find the time every week now, but...
There's a big difference.
Yeah, but now you find the time.
No, there's a difference between not being able to do it
Yeah.
and not finding the time to do
But
it.
you seem to have found the
I'm
time.
sure we did. We could be on a winner here.
No, it's been great. So we're here now.
Get into it. At first.
So what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to get into this segment here straight away.
Yeah, we are.
Can we get ready for it?
Right up.
This is our favourite segment.
It is our favourite segment.
Mars didn't do the thing where they meant to put them all big, but because you're an idiot.
Wow, world of count. Wow, world of Carlton. And we're here proudly brought to you by North Seafood Bar and Grill.
Evangelist.
Yeah, if you mention us, he'll charge you more.
Why is that? Why?
Who?
Why?
And
Yeah,
this is Greek.
Sorry, Matola.
Sorry, Montana, we love you. You're our favourite of all time.
I'm not sorry, Manny. I'm not sorry.
Nah, not for Manny.
Oh, Manny's here.
How you going, man? Where's Yoda? Where's Yoda? Hey, Slade. Ali.
All right, what we'll do is, what we thought is we're going to review the 2024 season. How does that sound?
yes.
To date, of course, to date. So what we're going to do is, we thought we're going to have, you can see there's an empty chair here, so we're going to have a bit of a rotating kind of guest here. And what do you think? We'll start with the man himself.
I think we should get
Dino?
Dino.
You want to start off into the game? Give him a round of applause.
I need Dino. I put that on.
You want me to stand or you want me to sit?
No.
No, you sit down,
Just be
mate.
careful of that seat. Just make sure it's in that spot there. So you
Yeah, it's okay, mate.
Is it okay,
Mate,
mate?
I'll be good tonight. I'm not going to say any expletives or anything like that. So.
Yeah, I'll do fine.
Hold the mic up, Tito.
About there?
Geez, I'm a personality.
That's it. You don't have to bend too. You just got,
No, it's all good.
It's about here, about here. That's it. Done. All right, we're going to go through the games. We're going to go through the games, and we're going to go through 3 or 4 games, and you can tell us your thoughts on the Mighty Blues, huh?
Okay.
You right?
Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
no
go.
worries. Yeah.
Let's have a look at this first one. So the season started, and we all went to Brisbane, didn't we?
We did.
So we got the first one up there? So there you can see it. We got 12-13-85 to 13-8-86 to start the season. We started a bit slow, but didn't we?
Yeah. Well, we did. Yeah. It was. Yeah, they jumped us a bit. They caught us off guard in the second quarter, and half time it looked a little bit iffy, but.
What changed, Dino? What changed?
I think Cripper really played well in the third after half time. What I remember, from that game actually, Rocco, was that Jack Carroll come on the ground after half time and kicked a great goal in the third quarter. And I thought, oh, gee, they're upbeat here. They look like they're going well. And then at 3/4 time, I thought we had them, and Harry Mackay played very well in the last quarter. Charlie's presence there was amazing. Tom DeConning's having a good year. He's very mature. He's good. He's going along nicely. They've got other players there that aren't getting too carried away with their own importance. They're just really playing well. But that round 1 game, Rocco, was awesome. Harry Mackay was very good.
He was good.
He was good that night. He really stood up and had to do it at the end there, and he really took the ownership on his shoulders to get us over the line. So it was a great win, and he kicked a few goals and.
And Paul, the last goal, eh?
Oh,
the last
yeah.
goal, eh?
Oh,
The
that
mark.
was
You know when he took that mark, right?
Yeah.
Right, and he went back.
Yeah.
Were you confident?
Geez, I like it in here. The lights are good in here. Look, he was fantastic. Wasn't he, Rocco? He was very,
Were you
very good. I
confident?
love
Were you
these small
confident?
players. I
Were you
love
confident?
Owies and
Were you confident?
I was confident.
Were you?
What were you thinking at half time? You weren't confident.
Well, at half time, I didn't have any. Oh, geez, it was a bit iffy, but Charlie Cameron, they got some good players, Berry and Oscar McInerney and those guys. They've got a lot of great players, Brisbane. But gee, Carlton were incredible in that last quarter. Cripps and Nick Newman's a great player.
Newman played the game.
I'll tell you who else is a very good player in the back. Yeah, well, they have got a lot of good defenders, Carlton. So, yeah, the defence really stood up that night and really...
We had a couple of big outs. Wiedering didn't play.
Yes, Wiedering didn't play.
And Mackay was being...
Yeah.
We all remember the off-season, he was being lambasted for his
Yeah.
kicking and his form. And
Well, we lambasted him all year.
Yeah, but it just had to be...
We didn't.
Well,
You did.
No, but his kicking was bad.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I gave it to him. Like, you can't keep kicking around the corner like that. Like,
Cottrell and Akers are awesome too. When they're playing well across the centre, we're a very strong side. We're hard to beat because I think the wall comes up a little bit there too. Like, good teams set up the wall. We're very hard to score against when Akers and Cottrell are playing great football. And Chera, well, there's another good player. He's very heady. He's a smart player. He knows where to go. He runs the right angles and distances, and he's smart, and he's a good ball user, and he kicks goals, Adam Chera.
He's intelligent, eh?
He's intelligent. Yeah, and Doherty, well, he played that night, but Archie come across his leg, fell on his leg, and it didn't look... it didn't really look a bad incident.
The night was all about Harry.
Yeah,
He
and Cottrell and Akers are awesome. I just love those guys. They're just, they are awesome players.
It had to be Harry to kick the match winner, didn't it? It was like it was...
It was terrific. It was well set up. And before that, like at half time, because we all went there at half time, I was spewing about the money.
Dylan, you...
I was spewing the amount of money I wasted to go and watch that Merda all night, mate. It was disgraceful.
They caught us off guard.
They did caught us off guard, yeah.
Reigning premiers.
Yeah.
Back up
and
there.
I thought this is going to be a heavy loss. This
We
is
were
going to be
saying
a
10
heavy
goals, 14.
10 goals. What else? What did everyone think? What did you think at half time? It wasn't looking good at all. No. But luckily we turned it around.
Marchbank played that night, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He did too, yeah.
He did.
Yeah, I think his name Wiedering.
Lewis Young played that night.
He did.
Lewis Young.
Two jumper Lewis.
Yeah, he's a big unit. He's a good player. Youngie, I think he's underrated.
You reckon?
He doesn't know his own ability. He doesn't know his own strength, Youngie. I really rate him, actually. I think he's okay.
Did you see a couple of weeks ago that VFL player took that screamer on his head?
Oh, that Elliott from Northern Bullants. Yeah, he took a big hanger on him. He sat on his head like the night like Andrew Walker sat on Carlisle's head. Yeah.
Mark.
Yeah, well, that was amazing, wasn't it? Anyway, that's a long time ago.
I think this win showed us that there was something different at the club. Like to go to Brisbane, who hadn't lost a game at the Gabba all year last season.
I think in 16 games.
And to go in without Walsh, without Wiedering, Doherty to go down halfway through the third term and come off, and then Carroll to come on have an influence. Mackay to kick the winner. Williams' first game back from an ACL.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. He played. Yep.
It's a big win.
Yeah.
Nick Newman's very consistent, isn't he?
Tell me something. If we lost that game, what do you think it would have done for us?
It depends on the defeat.
Like, just say we lost like the way it was looking at half
We'll
time.
never know.
No, I know you'll
If it
never
was
know.
10 goals,
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't know.
I don't know.
Like, you
Can't
don't
work
know.
out.
You just don't know.
what do you reckon, Dino?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? What would they have said?
If we lost that game badly, you think what would have done for the year?
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, look, I think we had to win that. Like, you know, that first game of the year. Yeah, we had to win that game. Because I was walking around the Lambs room, I was nearly having a fit when Harry Mackay had the ball. And I thought, he's got to kick this hard. And I said to my brother and Craig, and that Craig was having a rest in his room, and I jumped up when Harry kicked the goal, and I said, geez, we've won this. It's amazing. And we should have really got him in the finals there last year. If Harry Andrews hadn't have played last year in that preliminary final, we would have been 10 goals up in the second quarter. Because he was marking everything. He was just taking a lot of marks, Harrison.
Did anyone actually think...
Harry Andrews.
Did anyone lock, stock and barrel Harry to kick that goal? I must admit, the match winner.
Yeah.
I must admit, I turned around and didn't watch it.
Oh, shit.
I didn't watch it. I couldn't watch it.
Nah, I backed him in.
I backed him in, but the damage that bloke did the year previously to our brains, right? The damage he done with all those misses. Like, you're sitting there and you're going, far out, man, this could go anywhere, you know? But he went back and he had a routine, and he went back, and then as soon as he went back, he never looked like he was going to miss it.
No, big win.
Yeah.
Next game?
Yeah, we'll go to the next game. Hey,
Let's go to the
Dino,
next one.
if we keep doing 5 hours on each game, we could be here till Monday.
Oh, it could be awesome, mate. I love it, mate. God, we could have Collingwood and Essendon in the blue stew by then. They'd be looking pretty sick.
So we got Richmond here,
Well,
12.
this is probably a bit tighter than
12-14-86 to 12-9-81. This was a bit more tight.
Handbrake on.
Put the handbrake on. Put the handbrake on.
I'll pull it on. Alistair Clarkson's good at that too. He's good.
So this was again a game we went in as favourites.
Yes.
$1.50.
But it didn't go all our way.
No, we got the job done.
At the flow.
It did.
Yeah, they nearly got us in the end.
Yeah, they did.
They could have.
Yeah, with that clearance.
Shy Bolton.
Yeah, they had it up in their forward line.
100%.
If it had drifted out the back and come out the back loosely, anything could happen. So we were a bit. It was close. It shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been up there. We really should have actually, controlled the ball from the middle of the ground and had it up in our forward line. But we hung on and won.
Richmond had injuries on the night as well.
Yes.
Young fella got knocked out.
It was not.
Gibcus
Yeah, he got knocked out.
So
Yeah.
there's this game,
Yeah,
people will say, the margin should have been greater against Richmond. But at this time of the year, it's not. You've got to pencil the wins, and you've got to set yourself up for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to pencil these.
You just got to win. Sometimes you just have to win,
Not
mate.
every team. You can't win every game by 10 goals.
Yeah, Martin had a weird night like that
Dusty.
night. The champion,
Yeah.
Dustin Martin, he's a champion, as we know. He's a brilliant player, but he kicked a nice goal down the punt road end.
Tom Lynch always gets us.
Yeah,
he's
Tom.
got
He done all right.
against us.
And Crippen went all right, and a few other guys played well that night. The Conning was exceptional.
Good.
He was
The last
He was
quarter.
brilliant.
He
Well,
kicked that.
Shearer was poor the whole night.
And then he had his moment.
Yeah.
So what do you say, Rook? It may not be
Shearer,
your day.
Day, but it's going to be your moment, mate. That's about life too, mate. It might not be your day, but make it your moment, mate. And he did. He did. He kicked that goal.
Just one of those ugly wins that you have to have as a club.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what good teams do.
That back line was pretty all right that night, and Nick Newman and those other guys again, that slip under the radar a bit. They were very
And
good.
again, still no
Do you
Walsh,
think
no
Nick Newman?
Weavering.
Do you think Nick Newman slips under the radar, or he's now a bona fide
Oh, he's become a very consistent player. I just hope he can really, feature in a lot of relevant things later in the year when it really matters, mate. I think he will. He's a very, very heady player, and he's a smart defender. So he's looking good, Newey. I know him a bit. I've met his dad, Brett, and that. They thought I was interesting when I first met him. No, they're a good family, the Newmans. So I love Nico. He's amazing, and Boydie and those other defenders there. Wiedering's just incredible. God, I haven't seen a player like Wiedering since someone like in the 90s or even way back. He's the Rock of Gibraltar there. He's one of the best players we've had for a long time.
He could be one of our, and I mean, I don't want to put down some of our great, but
Could be the best ever.
I don't know about the best ever,
gets a
but he
couple
could be
flags.
right up there. He could be right up
He
there.
gets a couple of flags, I reckon.
No,
One
he
of the
could be
best
right
I
up
think we
there.
should harp on about this. It was an ugly win.
And that's
we got
it.
the job done.
Yeah.
So then we have a bye, and then we come up against
Here we come.
North Melbourne. Here we come.
And they come to play, the Kangaroos, and they ran away that day. Yeah, they ran away that day, the Kangaroos. They had a funny game. God, I think Marchbank got cleaned up in that game too. He got cleaned up there, going back for a mark, and bang!
He did too. He hasn't found his way back.
No, it was a pretty
broke
big
his
clash
back.
there. Yeah, he hurt his back.
Friendly fire, wasn't it?
He broke his back.
Gee, that was a tough opening. That first quarter was pretty rugged. It was on the young and old. It was physical.
It was.
They came out, they were firing.
Yeah,
they were firing.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
But then they couldn't stick with us.
No, they couldn't. Harry Mackay and Curnow played well that day. They're very good.
I think Owies kicked 3, or did Durden kick?
Always kicked a few that day.
Durden kicked
This
2.
was Elijah Holden's
One of the
first game.
Correct.
He was.
It was too.
Big mention
Yes.
throughout this show as we go along, but this was his first game back from his drug
He's been surprisingly good, hasn't he?
Yes.
Like in the space.
Well, you say surprisingly. I I think everybody had him penciled in as a pretty good footballer, but I think he exceeded expectation to where we probably had him out.
Have we made him better?
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. No, he's a good player, man.
He's a good kick, isn't he, Rocco?
He's a very good kick, very reliable. Could he be the most reliable one we've got?
Yeah, well, you need blokes that can kick the football through the goals regularly, and he played well last week.
He did. Best game for us.
He surprised a few people. I thought he was too young and a bit immature, actually, when I heard about the news over the summer.
He might still be.
I like him. I reckon he's great. He's a good kid. He's tough. He can run. He's pretty physical.
He was going to be a high draft pick,
But he's surprisingly, he looks physical. He likes the contest. He likes the bumps and the tackles, and he's
like
physical.
you, mate.
Yeah, he just puts his head down and goes, mate. And that's what we want, mate. I think the coach should be wrapping him Vossi. Like he'd love him, I reckon. He played well last week. He's a lovely kick for goal against Essendon. He put Essendon out of the game, Hollins, I thought, in the first half.
Put Essendon out of the game.
He was in a lot of score involvements, and he's physical and he's tough, and his brother's brilliant, and his brother's a bit of
brother
a
will be
different
good.
type. Anyway, look, I'll keep it relevant. And
Yeah. So he was good, and we'll go to the next one, because this game here, the Fremantle game, I think this was...
robbery? I don't think it was. But
No, this was an important game, because we really needed to win this. First time we went over and beat a side at Adelaide Oval.
yeah, what a game this was at the Adelaide Oval.
Yeah.
Cultural.
That's when we bumped into you on Sydney Road the day after,
Yeah.
a couple of days later.
You lost your mind. You were out of your mind.
Kennedy, God, how's the Fremantle game at the Adelaide Oval? Jeez, it was amazing, mate. The last 3 goals of the game were Curnow, Cottrell and Kennedy.
Correct.
And they got in front of us. We were looking a little bit down the barrel there halfway through the last quarter. They got the free kicks, and Lockie Fogarty went off.
Broken wrist.
Yeah, broken wrist. He cleaned up, went into Fife. And,
We got that free kick, but to Kennedy. That,
it was
that
pretty
double
close,
goal.
yeah. It was
The
close all
double goal.
day. Yeah, the game was close all day, and we got in front of them, didn't we, Rocco? We got in front of them, yeah, when it mattered. So,
That's
The
all.
game was played on there too.
We had our priorities right that day, so...
yeah, they looked like they're playing better. Yeah,
It was my sister's engagement that day, and Dad and I were glued to the phone for the last 10 minutes. My sister and her partner Louise were getting engaged, and Carlton took importance, or took priority.
As
they always do.
Monique just had the baby and he done the cradle celebration.
Oh, he did
that.
yeah. I saw Cripper do that. That was amazing. He's a good player, that bloke. You reckon? Yeah, that was amazing.
You reckon Cripper's all right?
Oh, he's a great player. I love him. I'm a bit dry sometimes. I don't want to give blokes
Too much?
I don't want to say too much until they're on that last Saturday in September. So yeah.
But at the moment, he's proven himself, huh?
Yeah, he's very good. He's a good leader. Him and Walshy are very good together. They look like the dynamic duo.
Yeah, they go Batman and Robin.
Yeah, they're very, very, very good, and they're hard to beat. And Chera, we've got to get Chera back in that side, and Cottrell.
He'll come back. He'll come back this week.
Yeah, we need Chera back in the team, and Cottrell. Cottrell's incredible with Akers. When Cottrell's fit and playing well, him and Akers, oh, they're awesome.
They never dropped their heads in that game.
Nah.
Never.
Nah.
Even when they went the 2 goals in front. They
God, Akers is incredible. He's a good player, Akers.
mental resilience.
Yeah, I heard he did well in the finals last year, Akers. He was pretty good last year in that semi-final. I think he was good there at the end of the game. I think he made the Melbourne people look pretty sick on their own ground. They were all throwing up there, the demons. It was good, fantastic.
We sent it to Mount Hotham, Falls Creek.
Oh yeah, that was unreal. You went up. Oh yeah. But look, I'll come back to this.
Go, next one.
We'll go to the next one, and then we'll go to the next one. What do you reckon?
Yeah, what game's that?
Carlton
Adelaide game.
Oh yeah, Carlton and Adelaide Crows. Yeah, well, gee.
What'd you make of that?
This was shocking.
Oh mate.
Why do they always get us this morning?
It matched up well.
What is it with
They got us 2 years ago, didn't they? Yeah, I know. They got us a couple of years ago at the Adelaide Oval there in the rain on the Saturday night.
We can never stop Tex.
Yeah, he's a good player. He likes to play well against Carlton, Walker. and we rate
likes
him.
to play well against
Look,
Carlton.
he's a big-bodied centre forward, isn't
Ben
he?
Keys.
Yeah, what's that, Paul?
Ben Keys likes to play well against Carlton.
Yeah, he's a good player, Ben
He's a
Keys.
cheat. He always gets out the back.
The problem is
O'Brien, Crouch, and they've got a few others. Jordan Dawson's a gun. He's a good footballer. Jordan Dawson, the captain.
They kicked well that day. They
Yeah.
kicked 16-4, mate.
Yeah, they
16-4 they kicked.
And we kicked him 14. Yeah. But I should have been a commentator or a sports journalist. Jeez,
But maybe we can join Paul on SEN.
got to get a job on SEN. But no, it is very interesting. Carlton looked good that night, Rocco. But they lost the game there in the last quarter, so there's no nillies, is there, Peter? There's no nillies. We nearly won that night, but they say there's no nillies in life. You just nearly don't make it, you nearly don't make it. So, and Owies and Cottrell kicked the points, and they kicked the points at the end of the game. Owies couldn't kick that goal, and Cottrell missed a goal from 30 metres out, just near him.
He usually kicks.
I'm in the goal, yeah. And we would have won that. If we kicked those 2 goals, we're 14 points up. They can't win. They've got to score 3 times in 3 minutes.
But you know what? We did it.
We did it.
We did it.
And they beat us, and they got it down the other end, and Rankin was a damaging player that night. He's a very good player, Isaac Rankin. He is brilliant.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's a good player.
All
And you've got to
right.
respect the opposition too. You must respect the opposition.
No, you do. Now, Dino, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's good.
Mate, what a review of the first 5 games from Dino, mate. I love it. I love it.
I think you set the night up very well.
Thanks, Dan. A real lovely passion too.
Yeah, it's good.
Don't get it twisted, cuz.
Yeah,
He's the best in the business.
You like the lights, man?
yeah, geez, I do like the lights. They're good for the equilibrium, mate. They're good for your mind, and yeah, they like they get me up and going, mate. But geez, I love talking about the Blues. Go Carlton.
Thank you very much.
I did that, mate. I did that, mate. You love you, mate.
Now, I was thinking to go through the next 2 games, we'll get someone else up.
Yeah? Who do you think? Oh, who you got in mind?
Well, I've got someone in mind. Vinny, would you like to come up and have a bit of a chat with us? Let's go. Put up the next guy. Yeah, here we go. We need a spinner. Spinner.
He gives these
what we'll do is-
ask me
I'm going to ask you about everything, mate. Just click that
It's a
there.
painter's handshake.
It's a painter's handshake.
Like your dad doesn't have the same handshake.
Don't move too much, mate. That's all we need, mate. Imagine that.
Now listen, don't ask me about all these games. 'Cause I
No,
haven't
you
got a
know.
memory like
Well,
that.
first of all, quickly, mate. Just quickly, mate. We great player, man. Vinny Catoggio, he was an icon, mate, wasn't he? The flowing hair, running down the wing, bouncing the ball, kicking goals, mate. He had a great career, I reckon.
I'm ancient.
No, you don't. We love you.
When I look around this room, I think I'm the oldest person here.
Nah.
I don't reckon anyone older than 70 here.
This way? You reckon?
Get him. Really?
Stand up a sec, stand up a sec, stand up a sec, stand up a sec. We don't want... All right, go.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
an OHS.
I think I'm a bit ancient here.
There you go.
Well, we do remember Vinny, mate.
remember you too, mate. Jesus, mate, you're the spinner.
I told you, he knows more about you than you do know about yourself. Well, I tell you, if you've ever met Dean, you'll never forget him.
No, you never forget Dino. You reckon he could... Mate, he reckons he could still kick a couple from behind if you give him a
Yeah, I
chance.
reckon he could still in the forward pocket, maybe one over the top.
I'll be good in the pocket, I reckon. I'll kick it.
So tell us, Vinny, man, just quickly before we get to the games, man. You had a great career, man, with the Blues. How many games you played with the Blues?
71.
71 games. But 71, I think for 71 games, he's one of the most memorable, iconic players we've ever had, yeah?
I think maybe the hairdo back in the
The
day.
hairdo, definitely.
Yeah,
You're pretty quick down the wing.
being Italian, I suppose.
Yeah, being Italian. You kicked a few goals too, mate. You could snag a goal.
Yeah, I think Peter will agree to this, but we just played in an era where we had just great players, and I think what happens is that the players around you make you a better player.
100%.
So, you know, because the thing is, when you're playing with blokes like, you know, Dool and Jezelenko and Southby and Johnson and McConville, McClure, all those blokes, you don't want to be embarrassed.
Yes.
So, you know, you lift as a player yourself. So you play, you know, better than you think you can.
Yeah.
So, because you know, as I say, you want to be in the side, but you want to be doing your bit to stay in that side. When you have such a wonderful side, everyone, you know, plays at a really high level.
Yeah, and I think you were saying to me the other day or something, you said like that you were even scared to like to get an injury. Like you get an injury, you're scared you're never going to get back into the side again because of the quality around you. Yeah?
Well, actually, you heard about Petrarca having a broken rib. Well, I actually had a broken rib one year, and I didn't say anything about it because I didn't want to, you know, miss a game. Because if you miss a game, someone else comes in and plays better, you might get back in. So yeah.
But that makes a good side. That makes a good side.
Oh, for sure. Sure, we had great players. We had probably 30 good players trying to get in a side of 20.
Yeah.
And that's why we were such a good side.
Now in 79, you had a great year in 79, but you didn't end up playing in the grand final. I don't want to bring up bad memories, but you didn't play in the grand final. So what happened there?
Oh, I played the first 16, 17 games and then got an injury. So broke 2 toes and missed the finals.
So when you break those toes, is the first thing you're thinking about is, gee mate, we got a chance this year and I could miss out?
Spot on. I thought we were the best side in the comp anyway, and I was thinking, oh shit, what a time to get an injury. So yeah, it's bad timing.
Yeah.
But that's life. You know, I respect the players who played, and I was part of that era.
Yeah. Now I'm going to ask you one more question. I've asked this from a lot of players, right? I want to ask you this one question, and I want you to be honest with me. 79 grand final, you're watching it from the stands. Is there a little bit of like, I don't want them to win? Like,
No, it's not that. You know, it's not probably not that. It's a disappointment of you not being part of that side, because, as I said, I played 16 games that year. You want the side to win, but you just don't feel part of it. So I remember the night, Peter, that we won the flag and we went back to the Hilton, it was now the Pullman, and I remember walking into the room and all the players had their medallions, and as I walked in they sort of called me over and, you know, said you're part of it, but if you haven't got that medallion around your neck, you're not part of it.
yeah.
You're sort of like, okay, you're there, but you know, you just didn't play. So that part is disappointing, but hey, a lot of people go through that, so it's not the end of the world. You just, you know, I mean, the thing was, the very next year, I played the first game of the year.
Yes.
So, you know, if I was fit, I would have played.
Yes. So in 1980, and
so
there was a big change in 1980 with coach, president, and everything, and you
so
played.
the thing is, I was saying, I never got dropped for the game.
No,
Form was never an issue.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry to hijack, but this is too interesting to me.
It's your time.
Ask another question.
I wasn't even in Dad's ball sack yet.
No, no, you wouldn't know anything about this when I was 9. But so tell me one more thing, right? So there's been a question that should all the players in the squad get a medallion, a premiership medallion that year? What do you think about that?
Yeah, I agree.
Do you?
Yep.
Would you feel part of it?
Yeah, I think I would, because the thing is,
Interesting.
I had a pretty good year. I kicked, so probably up to around 17. I think I kicked over 30 goals. So there were games that year where I reckon I was responsible of winning games. I kicked bags of 6, 4.
Yeah.
So I thought, you know, I contributed enough. Where I would say, if there was a medallion awarded to war players, you'd feel comfortable.
Fair enough.
Fair argument. Fair argument.
Not many of us say it, do it.
I agree. It is a squad.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, but I reckon if you play maybe like 10 games throughout the year, as he said, he had an
There's
integral
an
part in
argument
some
both
games.
ways.
Not that I know. I've played nothing. I don't know anything, but I
You could win a game off your own boot, which he did.
And I agree. But if the Australian culture to me is that if you don't play that last day, you don't get a medallion. It's not like the NBA, you know, where they all
What
get
about the
a ring.
cricket?
What about the
The
cricket?
14th man gets one, man. The water boy gets one.
Yeah, and does
It's
it deserve
Australian
it?
culture, cuz.
Nah. Anyway, it's up to you. I wouldn't want it.
I would. He played 17 games, man.
All right,
It's like 80% of the season.
all right.
Maybe 90.
I still wouldn't feel comfortable.
Okay. That's you.
That's just me.
No, that's fair
That's
enough.
just an old block.
It's a good question. It's a good question, and I think like we can say whatever we want, but I think until you're part of it and it actually happens to you, you really can't answer that question.
It's a good call.
But he did help them get there.
Who said
Correct.
that?
Someone quiet.
So
He did help them get there.
He did help them get there, and I totally agree. I just think that if you don't play, like I've played like sports myself, you know, and I've played where I didn't play in the grand final, not because
you weren't good enough, bro.
No,
you weren't good
I ran the team. What do you mean I'm not good enough? No, it wasn't because I didn't play. I probably had something on that day or whatever, and I couldn't make it. Like,
Maybe it's because I was a participation medal.
yeah, but this is the problem with the world now. Participation medals, man. Like, oh yeah, you did good enough. You take a petition. It's different if you play the year. I don't know. Just that's me.
Yeah, I think it's a subject that is very debatable.
Open for debate.
Yeah, I mean, there's I suppose you've got to draw the line somewhere.
Correct.
You play 10 games or whatever. But I reckon if
I
you
think it's just an individual thing too, maybe.
Yeah.
Someone would feel like they feel part of it.
I got no. I don't feel bad about it.
No.
But if you ask me the question, I would.
It just is. It just is.
Yeah. So
No, I think that's the
I just you didn't play in that day, so you're not part of it.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
But if you play the majority of the year and you get injured, I just think, well, okay, you're still not part of it, but you're part of that group.
Yeah. I think you should have got one, mate. I would have given you one. I would have given you one.
Round 6. Let's
We'll
get
go
on
to round
season,
6.
shall we?
Hey, listen, guys, I haven't got a good memory.
No, but
We'll guide you.
we'll prompt you with a few questions. So we did play GWS, and this was another important
I was
game.
at that game.
Yes, there you go.
I hope you remember that one.
4:30 Saturday.
It was, yeah.
That was the start of them.
We had no Sard, no McGovern,
Yep,
who
correct.
both
Yes.
did their hamstrings
That's
the week
right.
before.
Yep.
And this was a big win. We were down at half time and we had our heads in our
Yeah.
hands and we
Walsh first game?
No,
Or is
his
it
first
with,
game was against Adelaide.
Yeah, correct.
It was 2 against Adelaide,
Yeah,
yeah. It was the week before, yeah. So we needed to win this. Marvel, I think it was. Yeah.
Big third quarter.
Massive.
We've made a thing of it, third quarters.
Well, it's
So if you-
mate.
Do you remember this game?
Yeah, I
Given
do
you were
actually.
there?
I think you're right. I think the important part about that day was that we were down twice by about 4 goals.
We were.
And then we were able to riddle that lead, hit the front, go down again, and then come back,
Yeah.
which was a good sign.
Yeah. I think that the big thing out of this game, and I think we were talking about this throughout the season, is that we had a poor performance the week before, but we bounced back straight away, which is something that, I don't know, we weren't able to do it last season. We lost the game and then we just
Lose
fall
another.
away.
Yeah, correct.
That's what happened last year, whereas, last year in the first half of the year, whereas this year we were able to rectify it straight away, which I think, is it the sign of a maturing team? Yeah, probably. It probably is.
They've got some mental resilience now.
Yeah. A lot of people were surprised. We went in favourite that game, slight favourite. A lot of people were surprised.
Yeah.
A lot of people were surprised by that.
Yeah, I actually was at the game with Josh Kelly's father.
Right, okay.
Oh, he had a rip. He kicked 3 goals and had
Yeah, he
like
killed
20
us.
odd. Yeah, he killed
Yeah,
us.
but he was saying after the game, he said that was very impressive by Carl.
Yeah.
Because GWS have been playing really good footy.
Yeah, up
So,
to that point, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
And they were on top of the ladder too. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
But they were on top of the ladder.
That's right.
Yeah.
We did that a few times this year.
yeah.
Kept playing the top of the ladder, yeah. Yeah, so we took that one, and that was an important win, and then we'll go on to the next one. Do you remember this one? Geelong?
Ah, yeah, this was,
This
was rubbish.
Well, this
was rubbish.
Quite a bit away.
Well, we went in there and there was some expectations by us. Geelong come, it was 18-10, 118 to 15-15, 105. And was missed opportunities, I think.
Mars, you can take this away.
I thought they were just clinical on the night.
They were.
People go, yeah, it's the way you lose a game, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
I didn't think we were that bad.
No, we weren't
good
bad.
in patches,
We
but we weren't
defended
good enough for
terribly.
long enough. But we didn't defend.
I mean, we had
Cameron.
Lewis Young down at full.
Cameron couldn't miss any.
Don't want to rip on
Sausage
Lewis
stand.
Young, but jeez.
Two jumper Lewis. He's two jumper Lewis for a reason.
He was not
but,
good on that.
Yeah,
No, he was no
midfield.
He was no good.
The midfield was nowhere.
Nah.
Midfield nowhere.
No, they were poor all night.
The forward defensive pressure. There was no forward line. Like small forwards. What do they do?
No, we were poor. We were
Yeah,
poor
so-
all day defensively. And Geelong had not lost a game to this.
They hadn't lost the game. They were on top of the
ladder.
ladder. They hadn't lost the game. They come up against us.
This was when we started going through this. It was now loss, win, loss, and you started to think,
Ebbs and flows.
yeah, we're going to get back into this rut again. And
Yeah.
this was when I think people started to get just that little bit worried. I know we had a few outs in this game, but defensively, and we conceded big scores 3 games in a row.
Yeah, correct.
And they did. That's it. You're right too. You're right too. There was 98, 117, 118.
And
Yeah.
when you look at it, it's probably personnel. We
Yeah.
had a lot of outs that day.
Yeah.
So-
But no excuses.
No, never.
No
never.
excuses.
No, we were disappointing.
We did
We
it.
were disappointing.
And then we came up against the arch rivals.
Oh, God.
If I could strangle you out right now.
So this was 12-7-79 and it was 12-13-85.
I've never been so irate at a game of football in my life.
Yeah.
I was filthy.
Well,
And you can
everybody,
attest to that.
we were all tipping us by 5, 6, 7, 8 goals in this game.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think, look, there's one of those games that's going to go either way. But you always know when you're playing Collingwood, they're going to bring it to the end.
Of course.
Form goes
And
outside the
we
window.
didn't that day. That's the
No,
problem.
we didn't.
But we didn't. Mentally, we were not switched on. That game.
see it from the first.
From the bloody start.
Bounce.
From the
But
start.
just the way I look at it, and if everyone watched Forever Rivals that week, and I said it to Manny because he didn't even look at the game, but what I said to him was this: we played terrible that game. It was absolutely rubbish. We played, right? I'm telling you, it's one of the worst games of the year for us. It was terrible.
Outside of Sydney, this was our worst
outside of Sydney,
year.
that was terrible.
Shocking.
They outplayed us. They had injuries, and we played rubbish. And with 30 seconds to go, we were drawn, and we almost won it. So that says something to me. Like we played, and they had to play at their best to beat us, right? And you can laugh, you can sit there. We'll get you back soon. But I'm telling you, I will not be that happy. I'm telling you, with 30 seconds to go.
What a chance, Mike down his throat.
That's all right. That's all right.
And it had to be him to kick the winner.
It had to be Dacos. Had to be
That was a ripper
Dacos.
goal,
Marshmallow Dacos, mate. Never seen him get a hard ball in my life, you know.
Isn't he like third?
What's
Isn't
that?
he like leading it?
Contested touches.
Yeah, because now they've changed the
The definition, haven't
Now
they?
they've changed the definition. Now they say that any ball you get is a hard ball get. Like, but he's never actually put his head over the ball to get it. You can say whatever you want. He's a great player, right? And he's great. But as far you don't put him in like the Cripps kind of did I say it right? Cripps. Don't put it in the Cripps category as hard ball or Walsh. Man, interesting.
Who ordered these, man?
Hey!
What's going on? Who ordered these pizzas? Is this number 237 Broadway?
This is the one, mate. What are you
You
doing?
better put a number on the bloody building, mate. Yeah, just when you're delivering pizza, there's no numbers on your bloody houses. Go to Bunnings, man, they are. Anyway, where do you want these bloody pizzas? What do you, these pizzas are for you, Rocky. If you had known, mate, I would have charged you double, mate. Jesus.
Can I say something? The comedy business must be going bad, mate. You're delivering pizzas now.
Oh, mate, you know, like, I'm just sick of going into pizza restaurants and they're not Italian anymore. True. It's true, right? I went into one and there was 5 Indian guys working there, and I thought they're taking our jobs. So I took one of theirs. And anyway.
But, yeah,
What are we doing? This is the Jumper Punch show here.
Jumper Punch right here, mate,
I
live.
brought pizzas to the Jumper Punch.
Exactly right, mate. But tell us, these didn't just come from anywhere. Where did they come from?
They're from La Cantina Pizza and Pasta in Heidelberg. Okay, that's my new restaurant with my mate Dave, who's also just popped in to say hello. That's Dave. We're in our 6th week now, and pretty soon we'll start getting money. Laundering? It's going awesome. It's interesting. Look, Dave makes the pizzas, very good pizza maker, but I just sit in the background because there's a massage parlour too.
There is two.
There really is. So, Tuesday special. Large cappuccino with a happy ending. I think I'm joking. There really is one.
So that's a special sauce.
Sorry, apologies for my friend over here. No, they're a legitimate massage parlour if you have any aches and pains. But I went in the other day and I think I pulled something.
Or did they pull something?
So we're talking blue bags, are we?
Yeah, well, while we got you here, mate, you're a big blue
Oh
bag.
yeah, man can't win.
What do you
the flag?
What do you think of that so
I don't
far?
want to talk about flag stuff because every time we get ahead of ourselves, we end up behind.
We
No, don't get ahead. We're going all right, but I can still see some deficiencies in the team. Okay.
Can you?
Oh, definitely.
Tell me.
Oh, well, I mean, look, the reason why we're playing better now, guys, and this is expert opinion here, because I make pizzas. No, I reckon we need a settled back line, and at the moment we've got one, right? So, a bit worried about, what's he done? McGovern's got a sore glute.
Yeah.
That's what he's done.
Yeah.
I'm going to send him to the chick. I'm one of the people that actually thinks McGovern's one of our most important players. I know that sounds ridiculous to some, but when he's inside, we're a lot steadier.
It's not ridiculous, man.
Oh,
Very cool.
Well,
Very good call.
But on a serious note, that's why I think we're playing better. And as long as we can keep our players on the park, we definitely will give it a shake. At the moment, we're not in Sydney's level just yet. Although, yeah, we're getting there. I mean, they'll have to come down to Melbourne if we, we don't want to finish 4th and play the Bananas up there.
Yeah, that's right.
But if we can finish 2nd, play a home final, and then it might fall into our lap, and then that's our pathway to victory. But there's still a lot to go. Yeah,
I agree.
A couple injuries, and we don't have the depth that we.
You don't think so? People say that, but
we do. I don't.
I disagree.
I disagree.
The depth has been tested this year.
Well, what I'm saying is we have depth, but it's not all the way through the VFL. It's only maybe the first 10.
It's because they've been injured though, and they haven't been able to play the VFL.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know we've got depth in the sense that. Okay, so who's going to be back next week? Is Cottrell?
I don't think anyone's going to get back in that team.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Which is good, and there's probably 8 that can come in.
Yeah.
The best example is Matthew Cottrell, who was playing unreal.
Correct.
And I don't know who's going to go out to get him in.
That's good. That's what I'm saying. We do have
That's a great
depth.
problem.
Motlop, you got Chera coming back.
Well, I don't know. Is Cherry going to be right next week?
I don't know, it's probably 50-50.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Well, they're still saying
No mail there, I promise.
They're still saying 1 to 2 weeks on Cherry. They're still saying 1 to 2 weeks on.
Cottrell.
Yeah, Cottrell's still not.
Pinnernet will be fit.
Yeah.
Well, what do they do with Pinnernet now? I mean, you bring him in, that TDK's not the same, mate. You know, so interesting. It's a tough one. So
No, it's good. It's a good problem to have, mate. I mean, weeks ago we were worried about who was going to come in, and now worried.
Do you want to give the game Ross a call of the year, though?
Tell me the game.
6 weeks ago, this is me, 6 weeks ago, sitting there watching the game with Carlton, we're getting beat, and we're getting smashed down back, and I'm just sitting there going, why don't they put Zach Williams up forward?
You're the man. You're the man.
Who for you, the bloke?
I did my little, I've got Vossi, mate.
And Deshakra.
You know, me and Vossi were born in the same town, did you know that?
Oh, did you?
All Voss, Victoria, I'm born there too. So I've got a spiritual connection.
Well, it worked, man. Because seriously, the
Well, I'm
Williams,
telling you,
the
next
Williams
week
move,
he was back there.
the Williams
Was
move
he back
has
in
been the
for
move.
4? Or was it 4 or 3?
He's been there for 4 weeks. He's been there for 4 weeks.
Kick 4 the week after.
Did you kick him? Did you back him for 4? Then the week after, $71.
Is that what it pays?
Yeah.
What do you think it would have been?
Oh, there was some dickheads.
Well,
Not me.
I never would have picked it, but the thing is, I just knew that he's not a defender. That's what I see there. I see a good player that can't defend. You can't pick up.
He's done well. I think he's found a new lease of life at the front
He looks
now.
happy.
He looks
Yeah,
happy.
he
He's very
doesn't-
happy with goals, mate. So that's the main thing.
Smile.
When you kick goals, it makes you happy, doesn't it?
And when you're on 900 grand a year.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
His elbows play on.
One of.
Yeah.
One of. If you're close to it.
Williams, yeah.
Definitely.
Chera.
Yeah.
Chera as well.
Yeah, Chera's on the same sort of money.
Mackay, Kerno, Cribs.
Mackay, Turner. I don't know.
Oh, well, that's the other one. Mackay, what's his story? He's got a bit of a shoulder issues.
They'll be good.
He'll be
They'll be good.
He'll be right.
He'll be fine.
These are tough.
He'll be
I
right.
just bring his brother in, swap him over.
The whole no difference.
No,
See him kicking right foot and straight, you know it's it.
No, we don't put duds in the side, mate. We don't put duds in the
Hey,
side.
wasn't that I don't know if you guys watched the Essendon Carlton game, but wasn't that match up a bit of a letdown?
The first free kick and that was it.
down from the pizza joint.
Yeah, it's
anti-climax. Peter up.
Yeah,
And that's actually a real climax.
yeah.
So that's it, man. Like, yeah, so we've got the pizzas now.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you. We can lob these over down to the table
just
there.
got an order and
What's it called again?
La Cantina.
La Cantina.
It's in Holland.
Bell Street.
All right.
And if they order, you're going to deliver it to them?
Maybe, maybe not.
Tell them a joke?
I'll tell them a joke. I went to Angus Christie's restaurant the other day.
Yeah, that's a joke.
And he goes, tell me a joke. He goes, tell me a joke. I go, come on, mate. Come on, mate. You say something funny, I've got. All right, what do you call a Greek guy with a lot of money, really good looks and a large penis? And he goes, who what? I said, Italian. Okay, that means it's not funny. That's real laughing.
He loves it. He loves it.
Are these guys all fans of your show?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. We're going to come on more often.
That's it. That's it. Nah, thanks, Gab.
Hey, Gab. Appreciate it, mate.
Exhibition at 9:30.
Yeah, so we got pizzas and cake at half time, so we can do all that, so that'll be great, yeah.
Thank you, Gab.
Donated and also a massage as well.
You go for the massage. Well, because it's not you giving them, man, I'll be there.
No, I do. I can do an accent and everything.
I can do it.
Yeah. So very lucky. Very good big pizza. Anyway, thanks guys. Cheers.
Thanks, guys. You're a star, mate. Gab, oh. Thanks, mate.
Again, I was going to do my own song. Thank you.
Thank you, Gab.
Gabriel Rossi, mate. Fantastic. Thanks for coming down. We got the pizzas.
I might actually lob things down there.
Huh?
I might lob them down there.
We got
Nadia.
Nadia, thanks, mate. Look at this.
She's on the
Fantastic.
ball.
Running up and down.
Unbelievable.
All right. You want to go to the next one?
Well, yeah, I've got it up.
Carlton, Melbourne, 12-5-77 to 11-10-76. This was a nail biter that shouldn't have been a nail biter at the end of the day,
Okay,
correct?
so you can start with this because you were filthy over this win, but I was actually very happy with the win.
Well, we gave ourselves a head start. I'll tell you
We
that.
did, we
made
did.
enough room for error.
Summable parts.
It is the summable parts. And then we had this bloke here saying when it was raining. I can't remember everything. That it's raining now, and the game changes and that. But the game, it was already raining before the game.
But what I'm saying is, I know we're going to have this argument again, right? All I was saying was, I know it was drizzling all day, like all night, but it did start to rain heavier at the end, right? And they just held the conditions better. Like you're saying, it does make a difference, mate.
But we're both playing in the same.
Yeah, I know we're both, and they handle it better.
If that's what you believe.
No, that's what I know.
I thought we just run out of legs in the end. But we held
We did run a little bit out of legs, and they were running, and Petrarca, mate, had a fantastic last quarter. Do you remember that? Petrarca just killed it that last quarter, yeah?
I thought we should have won the game by at least 5
Yeah, I know we should have, but at the end of the day, we held on, and there was a point. I was happy, because when you look at the ladder now, 9 wins, doesn't matter we won that game by a point or we won it by 40 points. We got the 9 wins now, and that's because we held on, mate. And that's something that we've learned now. We've learned how to, last year, but now we've learned how to hold on.
To that point,
yeah,
we weren't playing like the greatest football.
No, we weren't. And that's why it was good to hold on, mate.
Yeah. I don't think we should have gone to that extreme.
But do you agree, Lenny? Like sometimes you just got to hold on, mate.
Ange actually summed it up well on the call at work. He said that those wins are a bit more character building than going out and destroying an opposition by 10 to 12 goals.
Yeah, I think the reason why we've improved is that probably the last couple of years we've lost those games.
Yeah,
That's right.
So to win those ugly games,
you have to. You have to do it.
Yeah, and as Rocco
Gotta
said,
do
you look
it.
at the ladder. No one cares what you've won by.
Well, that's the thing too. I don't like percentage is a guide on how you perform to a point, but at this point of it,
That's right.
who cares about percentage?
Yeah, for
It
sure.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, but you build it throughout the whole
Yeah, you
year.
do, but that'll take care of itself as long as you take care of the games.
No one's going to go, oh, hang on a sec, round 9.
What
we
was your
lost by,
percentage? Yeah, exactly,
you know,
exactly.
lost by 2, or we won by 2 points, who cares? At the end of the year, if you win a flag, no one worries about
Exactly.
how much you've won by different games, you know.
Tell me something. You've been involved in those sort of games, right? How does it feel, man? Like you've got a complete control. You're probably leading by 3 or 4 or 5 goals. These days, I find like 5 goals is like the 2 goals of your days. You know, like 5 goals, they get back real quick these days. But how does it feel when they're just coming at you? They're coming at you. Well, you know, like, and you just can't, like, you can't stop it. You know.
Yeah. It's funny because I can't recall a lot of those games.
Used to always smash them up.
Yeah, I think you know, the times that Peter and I played together, you know, we would, you know, sides would come at us and maybe get 2 or 3 goals in front. But I remember we regroup.
Yeah.
We had so much belief that we could peg that back. So we never got to a point where their sides had just overrun us.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do anything about it because we'd find a way to come back.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure. I sometimes think that, geez, why don't they do something? But yeah,
It's different group, different players.
Sometimes you can't stop the momentum.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a game of momentum.
I feel this group is going to be, and we've been dubbed Cardiac Carlton this year and last year, but I don't think they're ever going to be a group that has full control over it. Because if you've seen our wins this year as well, they've been in
Spurs.
We've just had this massive, like against Port Adelaide, we had this massive burst. Essendon in the last quarter, we had this massive burst. And teams, when we play like that in patches, in those, no one can go with us.
Yep.
Nobody can go with us. So I think that's going to be the flavour of the year and the flavour of this group. And to me, I think they just need to, and everyone needs to just stop saying, oh, you know, play this way and control the game that way. Just embrace it.
We need to win by 10 goals.
But
we have to
you've got to
punish this
embrace
side.
that. If that's who they are,
It'll come.
just let them be. Don't try to make them something that they're not. You know,
Should be on the coaching panel.
I am the best analyst in the room.
He always calls himself the best analyst in the room.
That's completely right what you're saying because that's what happens.
Yeah.
They're playing on instinct.
but you have to.
Yeah.
It's like people were saying now, oh, Charlie Curnow, oh, why doesn't he tackle more? Why doesn't he run more? Why doesn't he? How much do they want him to bloody do?
There's goals.
But what do they want him to do? He plays small, he plays medium, he plays tall, he's leading the cult. What more do people want him to do? Don't turn players into something that they're
He doesn't do enough, does he? He doesn't really know. He needs to tackle
like,
too,
you know.
he's only could be leading third year in a row the Coleman, you know. So
That's just, yeah. I think people are just being too nitpicky, and they're not in those moments anyway. I think.
mate, I'm not being nitpicky. I'm quite happy, mate. Second on the ladder, going into the bye, man. We're doing pretty good, Minnie.
We're doing excellent.
All right, mate. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Vinny.
Pleasure. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. What a star! You're a star, mate.
Great stuff.
Now we've got another great player here. Where is he, Peter? Peter, would you like to have a word?
Peter
Come
McConville.
on. Come on. Peter McConville. I just want to remind everyone, this is a 3-time premiership player here. 3-time premiership player. Just stick this one on. And you can grab this one.
Thank you very much, and everyone's happy.
Welcome to the Jumper Punch, Peter. How you going, mate? Welcome, Peter.
It's been a really interesting night.
I love it. That's like the Blues, mate. An interesting year.
Yeah.
An interesting few years.
It is. There's so many teams very much even nowadays. it's going to be who fires up at the end of the year.
Of course.
And,
It's always the case, isn't
does
it?
well. Yeah.
100%, and it's completely different to when you played. Like, Carlton just dominated week in, week out, didn't they?
Sometimes.
So what year did you start?
78.
78? And when did you play till?
Sorry?
What year did you play till? 78 till
89, I think it was.
89?
Yeah. Or
So
90,
in those
yeah.
first 4 or 5 years, you come on as a young, strapping looking, good looking boy there, you get to Carlton, right? And all of a sudden, couple years, or 4 years later, you've got free premierships under the belt. How was that?
It was bizarre because Ian Stewart was the first coach. But
That's right. You had Ian Stewart for like 6 games or something.
Yeah.
Ask Peter Brown about Ian Stewart.
And he, I was in Bendigo, and Ian Stewart drove down and met a few players, and he saw me while I was working. I was a plumber and I was digging a hole, and he came along and he said, just see how you go, sort of thing. So just played the pre-season practice matches, and luckily
You did well.
Did okay, and then he put me in the seniors in the first game, and
Never looked back.
yeah, well, I still lived in Bendigo,
Yeah.
and come down training once a week, and then come down Saturday and play, and then go home Sunday.
So you drive all the way from Bendigo, do your training, go back that night,
Yeah,
yeah, and then come back on the Saturday and play your game.
Yeah.
You trained once a week.
once a week.
You must have been good, mate. Only once a week, eh? Hey? You only have to come once a week, mate. You're that good.
No, well, there was a couple of other Bendigo guys doing exactly
yeah.
the same thing, because
Do you ever stop like halfway, like in a pub, have a few drinks?
no, we take cans on the way.
That's the way.
And on Friday mornings, Mum would say, how come you got home so late last night? Because I might go to a pub when I go to Bendigo, get back to Bendigo, and I say, oh no, we had to work out playing the game.
What, until 3 in the morning? That's great, mate. You're committed, mate. You're committed, mate. You are a champion.
Yeah,
You played with some great players too in that era. Like the 79, 81, 82. What teams, eh?
Oh, it was unbelievable, because as a young guy, actually my grandfather, Tom McConville, played with Melbourne in 1911 or something, 11, 12, 13 or something like that. And so we all barracked from Melbourne at home, and Mum and Dad, when I was a young bloke, took me to the MCG the first time to watch Melbourne play, and they were playing against a team called Carlton. And after half time, I started barracking for Carlton. So then the Bendigo region, everyone had to go to Carlton. You know,
what a region.
even-
We picked up some
even-
players from there.
Well, it was Castlemaine and Kyneton
Yeah.
and Echuca and all that that whole area. But the first year I played, half the team were from that region.
Yeah.
So it was a really good environment.
Yeah.
It was a great environment. Yeah.
I've got a question.
Yeah, go.
Who was the most underrated player you played with back in the day?
Underrated.
Underrated. Who wasn't like a superstar? Who you thought was, a genuine gun?
Dooley.
But you reckon he was underrated?
But he was rated.
But he was rated high.
I mean, underrated.
Who didn't get enough
Who didn't get
praise?
enough credit? Yeah, praise. Yeah.
I give you one that I think.
Who?
Peter Francis.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was a player that no one really, but when you see he's like 79 and that grand final, man, I can't believe they got rid of him. He was a champion. So that side of ilk, yeah, that kind of ilk.
Yeah, there was guys coming in and out all the time, sort of thing. But it was amazing, like when I used to, as a young kid, or a bit older, just watch Bruce Dool on television and Jezza and all those sort of things, and just watch them on television. And then all of a sudden you're running.
I know. All of a sudden you're standing next to Bruce Dool. That's it. Yeah. That's what I would be saying.
Dooley didn't say a great.
No, you didn't say much.
He was
The same in the change rooms? Was he exactly the same?
In the change room.
exactly the
same
same.
age.
Yeah.
I heard the only time you ever.
We'd train on Sunday and then have a thing where we'd watch World of Sport, and I'd sit next to Dooley on the couch, and he wouldn't talk.
Just a mute.
Say, how you going, Dooley? Yeah, good, Magga.
I heard the only time you heard him speak was when he would say, "Your shout, Macca."
Shall we go into round?
Yeah, we'll go into another game. Oh, you came into a good game here. Sydney Carlton, was it?
Yeah.
Sydney Carlton, 17-15, 1-17, 9-11, 65. Did you happen to watch this game? We got smashed.
Not sure.
Yeah, we got smashed by Sydney, man. We went up there. Did we have any hope before we went up there?
Yeah, well, I think the side was good enough to win, or the side that we fielded, I think, was good enough to win. But
Didn't you go?
oh yeah, I went up. Yeah, that was a bloody waste of time. No, it was poor. We started like a house on fire, and then after quarter time, we just went to the pub. Wiedering went off, and we had no Sard. And this was the first game that Zach Williams played up forward, but he was only there for a quarter and a half.
But he kicked a goal. He kicked one goal.
He did kick a goal. He played one big
a little bit of a
tackle.
sign. We saw something happening
But
there.
the moment Wiedering went down, he got thrown straight down back, Zach Williams. So we didn't really get a gauge on whether or not he was going to be useful up forward. But
And that's when Chincotta came in and...
yeah, Tapley. Yeah, but this game was
Abject.
This was terrible. It didn't. Looking back at it, and maybe a week after this happened, it didn't surprise me, given the way Sydney were playing. And what was it? 50? What's that?
Definitely the best side.
50, what's that? 52.
Yeah,
50 points is that really? Is that a lot? Like it's not. I don't like.
It's a
You look
lot.
at the
It's a
game.
lot.
The performance is horrible, but
It's a lot.
but you can make up 50 points with a few inclusions, mate.
Are they 52-point
But we
team?
did.
No, is Sydney a 52-point better team than Carlton?
No. At that time, yes.
At the time
Yeah,
they were,
definitely.
but
And they were
are they
first.
at the end of the year? We won't know. We
Well,
won't
a lot
know
of outs.
until we play them again.
Well, lots of outs.
Look, we had a lot of outs, and we're going to have to change.
All right, so say you throw into that team against Sydney, Wiedering, Sard, Chera.
makes a difference.
McGovern? Or
No, McGovern played. But those players there.
Yeah, it makes a
Fogarty.
difference. Makes a difference. Yeah, no, Fogarty. No, it's going to make a huge difference, and we won't know.
I'll ask a holistic question of Macca.
Yeah.
How have you seen our season to date so far? Is it something that we can bank towards the back end to chase the premiership? I think it is.
Yeah, realistically, Sydney are unbelievably strong.
Benchmark.
On that ground.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes, correct.
on the Sydney ground, they, virtually unbeatable to a certain extent. But Carlton have done well, but it's a matter of just keeping going and
Stay fit.
And it's tough. It's tough. But I kind of agree with you, but I don't in a way.
You kind of have one of those games.
You say you
throughout
put
the
in
year.
those well, you've got to have one.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of had those big losses during the year, don't you? Sometimes, even if when you have, did Carlton in those years ever have big losses like that? You controlled most. I think in '79 you only lost 3 games, and they wouldn't have been by much.
yeah, there weren't losses like that, but you would have a loss.
Yeah.
But with Alex Jezelenko when he coached us, once Geelong beat us at Geelong, and he said on the Tuesday, he said, "Don't worry about the balls, just line up at the goal post," and he made us do it would have been 30 laps altogether,
Yeah.
you know, sprints and all that sort of thing.
Yeah,
So
I think Harmsy and I think all the players we've interviewed have said the same thing. Like he just run you ragged.
And we were too scared to lose.
Was he really like that? Yeah. So that's where the premiership quarter came from. Like you were so scared and you don't want to lose. You don't want Tuesday to be a hard night.
Well, the reality is, you know, when you definitely don't make mistakes because of this and this and this.
Does that play on your mind knowing that you're going to get flogged on the Tuesday while you're on the ground?
Yeah, 3/4 time.
Really? Interesting.
We would think about it.
That's interesting, man. That 3/4 time you think, oh, I don't want to get flogged. But why weren't you playing better before that? That's my question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, this is it. Yeah, no, go. Stuff that game. Next. Carlton Gold Coast.
This bloke went back for this, bro. First quarter.
So we came back, and this is the game you could almost say was the game from last year. Where
Well, it's
fun.
kind of it mirrors almost what happened last season. That
It
I
did.
think we might be starting our run after a win against
We
the
did.
Gold Coast Suns.
we did.
This was the first performance of the year where we went from start to finish and absolutely dominated.
Yeah, it was the first 4/4 effort. I thought.
We're like an anaconda.
Yeah, we strangled them.
Or
we
a
did
boa
too.
constrictor.
Yeah, we did too, and that was one of the first times. Did we see Chincotta? Hey, the man Chincotta, eh? Was he the one of the first rule tagging roles?
It was one of those games where at half time Gold Coast was still in it, but you knew if we had to just continued to play the way we were,
It'll come.
yeah, and that's the belief in the team and the belief in the way you play. And yeah, were you too over the top about this performance? In the moment, I thought, oh, okay, there's been a bit of a switch here with the way we've performed. But
I wanted to see
I hadn't. Yeah, it was only 1 week.
Yeah, it was only 1 week, and I wanted to see it. I needed to see it, especially after that Sydney game. We needed to see something.
Again,
You need that response.
what did we do exactly?
We responded.
We responded. And that's all you can do. Don't worry about what happened. Is that right, Peter? Let's just worry about what we can do next, you know what I mean? Like I would say that in the game, you know, you might make a mistake, but let's not worry about that. Let's worry about what we do next, you know? That's the most important action, yeah?
Yeah, well, you learn what you did wrong during a game, and you know, like David Parkin was unbelievable at that. He'd give us a report.
Oh yeah, the reports every week, yeah?
Every week, yeah.
He'd ring you, wouldn't he?
He'd ring us on Friday.
Were you always home?
To make sure you were at home.
I think this was the first, I wouldn't say the first game of the year, but one of the first games where the midfield really stood strong.
Yeah, but they needed to because
after the last week before.
Gold Coast came off that win against Geelong where they pantsed
They
Geelong by 10
pantsed
goals.
them over there,
Took
yeah.
Miller, Anderson, you know, they all had like their 30 on.
We dominated this game from start to finish. We started to get a few blokes back, and the wheel just slowly started to turn.
Well, that's the first game where we really showed that burst.
Yeah.
That
Yes,
4 or
you're
5
correct.
goals
Yes, you're correct,
in
yeah.
5-10 minutes and to put a team away, and they were just like, wow.
And this was the Zach Williams game.
It was.
This was the Zach Williams game, yeah.
The Tesla.
Yes, you've named him the experiment.
No more Balenciaga, it's gone.
It's
It's the
Balenciaga's gone.
experiment. That's his new nickname.
We'll move on to the next one. I think this was probably the biggest game of the year. So
Round of applause for this game,
Mate, we're moving now, we're moving, mate. 10-11-71 to 16-11-107. We just controlled. We didn't control it. I think it was pretty even for 3 quarters. Could have gone either way. Come in the last quarter, I don't know what was said, but Cripper, the captain, stood up, Wall stood up, and we dominated that last quarter.
It was a big performance. Did you expect
That last quarter.
Did you expect it to play?
I expected, just quickly, I expected a response, but did anyone really expect that sort of response?
The 5-minute burst, did you expect that?
No.
No, I didn't think they'd go like that. Over there, we've never done it against an Adelaide team. So, for me, that was the first. I remember I've been saying it all year. It's like there's something about it.
Need the minerals.
But that game there said to me that these players are mentally, they're there for it. They're up for it.
Yeah.
The demons are gone. I think the mental demons are gone.
I think so. And each week, a little more of those mental demons keep going. Yeah.
Was there a moment for you, Macca, or a game in a year where you just thought, okay, this is the game where we've just gone bang and now we're full. I mean, obviously you come into a season full of belief after winning flags, but was there a certain game or games that you can remember that you'd won where you just went, oh yeah, we're on here, we're definitely on?
Oh, realistically, we get a report on every game, and you get a rating off David Parker about how you went. So,
did you always agree with the rating?
No. No, but it's sort of you think about what happened last week, and you sort of get a little bit deep into it, but then you've got to think about what's happening the week after.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, I think this was the game. I think
it instilled belief within themselves and they could do it.
Yeah,
and do it away from home.
Mate, that was huge. To win away, how big is it to win away, like on an interstate trip, like against these sides?
Yeah, it was good to win on other teams.
Yeah, great. And you didn't do many interstate, well, you did none, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, but going to Collingwood.
Was that that was like going to fucking Mars, wasn't it? Going to bloody Collingwood. Well, you know what they used to do?
I've said that if we beat Collingwood, the coach would say, definitely do not go to the social club after the game. And as we were going off, if we won, sometimes some supporters might wee on us.
Yeah, I was just about to say they would piss in the bottle and throw it at you.
No. They'd wee. Yeah. And then as we went into the room, the plumber had turned the hot water off, and we'd have a cold.
Oh, so they would actually do that.
Have a cold shower, yeah, and then just get changed and just go straight back to Carlton. Yeah.
But they wouldn't turn off the hot water. They just didn't pay their bill that month.
No, they turned it off.
That's why they are the filth.
Yeah. So we won that, and then we come to this last game that we just played, and I think this is
I was hoping we could mark up for this one.
Actually. So I think this was 9-16-70, 15-6 96. If everyone watched Forever Rivals, I tore him a new arsehole and told him what the real stats were.
I've got a question before we get into this game.
Yeah.
Now, we were at Preston City Oval a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I'll ask this of the audience. I'll ask it of Macca first. Who did you hate more, Essendon or Collingwood?
Both.
Good answer.
It was probably more Collingwood. But going to Windy Hill to play football was bizarre again.
Yeah.
It was.
All right, audience question. Do you hate Essendon? Yeah. Or do you hate Collingwood more? I think Collingwood's the answer. See, the younger generation, well, I say the younger generation, us two, we hate Essendon more.
Yeah. For some reason you hate Essendon, maybe because of the 90s, kind of
You grew up through ancient eras, so you got to see the Collingwood rivalry.
I despise Collingwood. I hate them to death, man. Seriously, I wish nothing but misery and pain for them, their family, their ancestors. I hate them. Seriously, I've always said that with the Collingwood people, and this is you, Manny, with the Collingwood people, I'll tell you right now, they did do this test, right? Because what they've done is they check for how much Neanderthal is that the
Neanderthal.
word? Neanderthal.
Niagara Falls.
What is it?
You said Niagara Falls.
Do not Niagara Falls. All right, so Niagara Falls. So listen, they didn't.
That's the first one for the night.
Is it? Here we go. Cribs.
Neanderthals.
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 All right. Look at this hero.
Niagara Falls.
All right, listen. They did the test on those cavemen, right?
Right, okay, right.
No, they did the test on us, and what they found was this is a serious fact. There is 2% DNA of the Neanderthals. In our system, but when they tested the Collingwood supporters, there's 6 to 8% of their DNA in there.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Where did you get that stat from?
Mate, it's an actual scientific fact, mate.
From where? Have you got the source for that?
I've got a source.
Master Foods.
Master Foods. So anyway, I hate them. A bunch of dogs. Anyway, talking about dogs, Essendon, we absolutely punished them. And before we go, we have got a bit of a...
We do.
We have a bit of a...
Present.
A present special. So this is from...
Courtesy of Matula.
Is it on that side?
Is it here?
So Matula, she gave us
On your Matula.
a bit of a
Round of
gift.
applause for Matula.
So thanks for Matula.
Thanks, Matula.
Thank you. What is it? This is a
So
surprise.
this
What
is this for Mark? This for Mark?
Marco.
Marco, come up here, mate.
Coming up.
Come here, mate.
Here comes Mark.
There we go.
Up you come.
There we go. 10 foil
The
back.
only bomber scorer in the house.
Come on, the only bomber in the house.
Should have got
There's
that.
no other Essendon supporters in the house.
Look at him. Look at the way he's moving. How much peptides have you taken?
Dank was at his house.
Look at him, Danky. Good stuff, mate. So Matula's given you know our favourite. She's given us a present. So this is for your marshmallow tank. We can share that out. Wait, we haven't finished.
What else have we got?
Wait, there's more. Roof. There's more. So, yeah, take that. So what,
I don't know what this is. I know about the marshmallows, isn't it?
this was made by her lovely husband. Sorry, I forgot your name.
Evan.
Come on, man. All right, take it easy. I've got to do everything here.
What is it?
So this is for you. He spent a lot of time. So what he's done, he's made this little special gift for you.
It's a spud.
The little spud. Look at him. That's for your spud team over there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, boys.
You're a great man. You're a great man.
That's quality.
That is absolute quality. Evan. That is quality.
See you, Mark.
Piss off. Keep walking, mate. You're going the wrong way, mate. The door's over there. The bar's over here. I love it. So anyway, we did beat this mob pretty convincingly, I think. I know what they're going to say. Oh, they more disposals, blah blah, more inside 50s. Oh yeah, injuries, everything. But at the end of the day, to me, we controlled this game through the whole game. Yeah, that third quarter, they talk about the inside 50s, but they were all shallow. They were kicking from the boundary, mate. And then when we needed to, we put the foot down, finished them off, and then
Clinical and ruthless.
clinical. That's it. That's
This
what
is
you
a
gotta
carbon
do
copy
sometimes.
of the Geelong game. But just
Exactly the other way
in
around.
reverse.
Exactly.
We played the Uno reverse.
Yeah. Was there a lot of pressure on us to win this?
I think there was huge pressure.
Everybody expected us to win this.
And that's what's worse, the pressure of expecting to win, or the pressure of like being a loser and expecting
Having
to
to
lose
be
in a
better.
way. You know what I mean? Like that expectation to win. Does that sometimes like overwhelm you?
No, expectation to win is a good thing. You're under pressure
Yeah.
to.
You think it makes you perform better?
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, it's something that we haven't had for... We've always been expected to win because it's Carlton, right? And history's always been in favour of us, but you've got to, and Michael Voss said this, and it's always, you've got to earn the right.
Yeah,
You have to
100%.
earn the right.
And we do, and we have to also earn the right, to be that team that teams fear us.
Yeah,
Like,
and
we have to earn that right.
I don't like... So I actually like what Brian Cook and Luke Sayers have done with regards to the humility aspect of our club, right? So the Carlton arrogance will always be there, right?
100%, man.
But what have we had to be arrogant about over the last 20 years?
Losing.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
But until you humble yourself to a point where you say, no, we're not good enough and we need to be better. And we have to stop worrying about what Collingwood does or if they lose or win or if Essendon win or lose, who cares, right?
Yeah.
The moment you focus on trying to improve your club and you look within yourself, that's when you're going to start to be better.
And I think that's
we
what we've
got
done.
bitten in the arse. You know when we got bitten in the arse this year? When we went to the Collingwood game, cock-a-hoot, we're going to win by 10 goals, we're going to win, and
100%. And we all did
and
it.
we got humbled.
And we got humbled. And sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's a good thing to be humbled.
You have to be.
Sometimes
You have to have a confidence
Get
within
humbled
yourself,
and
though.
then it wakes you up,
Yeah,
you know.
You have to have the confidence within yourself. But
You can't be arrogant.
yeah.
You, like a team cannot be arrogant and say, we're this and we're going to win and we'll do this and do that.
You just turn it on
You've got to
whenever
be
you want.
humble and realistic.
Yeah.
I agree.
So,
And if you think you don't have an influence over what the players do on the field, you are gravely mistaken.
does
Yes, it does.
the fans
They have a big influence on the way you play.
you on the ground, the crowd, the noise?
Please say yes.
No, the coach does.
Yeah?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
So you know when you're I don't know, you're going to take
also the good thing, you know, at Carlton that we were that close.
Yes.
And what Alex Jezelenko did, he made it compulsory every Saturday night. We'd all go to a hotel and have a drink and we were a hell of a lot closer than if you didn't meet like that, sort of thing. You just trained. So when you're out on the field, you genuinely wanted to help that bloke. You don't sort of
because you're friends.
You don't pretend to help him. You genuinely
Strong
do
relationship
want
off the field translates to it being on field as well.
And I think that's important.
I think that's what this team
important.
has, though. I don't think it's
At the moment, I think it's growing. It definitely
do
has.
have.
It comes as no shock that off field, when we were going like an absolute bastard, that on field we were performing terribly, and now off field it seems to be pretty steady, and on field
Well, they're all on the same page.
Yeah, it helps.
And people
It helps.
committing to the club. I think that's a big.
Well, when's
big
the last time we haven't had anyone move?
No, no one
Dow.
really moves from
Dow, Stocker, Fisher.
Dow,
just
Stocker,
flies on the
Fisher,
outer.
Paddy Dow. No, he's all right. He's all right. Imagine Fisher. I like Fisher, but imagine going to North now.
Oh well.
Internal rebuild for him.
So this game here, to get back onto this, was a pretty important win in the scheme
I
of
think
things,
so.
because it just showed us that we were we were and are the better team, and have proven that over a longer period of time than what Essendon has, and we are more advanced than them. And that's not. It's not I don't think it's an arrogant statement. It's just those are just the facts.
No, it is.
Those are the facts, and that's all you can go by.
I was going to say, being the Carlton supporter, I look at them differently. Like, they're my team. Like, I think we do. It'd be interesting to get like an opposition's perspective
ours is
on
always
what
gonna-
they look at us.
There's always going to be some sort of bias in it, right? Naturally.
Yeah. So I would like to know, and I'm not going to ask them to, because they don't know about football, but I would like to know from an opposition, when they see us, what do they think? Are they scared? Do they think,
Yeah, well, we're respected now. We have to be.
and that's the main thing now, that we're respected.
And again, we showed that 4-goal burst as well.
Yeah,
5
last
minutes,
quarter, win the game with a big burst.
I think that's been prevalent throughout the year.
But that's what I was saying before.
And
But that's
even
going to be
last
us.
year.
That's going to be us. Like,
correct.
you're not going to get a game where we just break down an opposition bit by bit. And if we do, it's great. But you're going to get those ebbs and flows in games with us.
You have to.
It's just going to be chaotic, and you've got to embrace it.
And especially these days, I've noticed in games that, like all the games, the ups and downs in the games it's phenomenal now. Like, you can be 5 goals down and then, you know, like, you kick 5 goals in 5 minutes these days, you know what I mean? And you're almost, like, even against the Essendon game, like, I was waiting for them to have their moment, and it happened.
Nah, they're Essendon.
Yes, and again,
yeah, okay.
I was waiting for it, and it happened in that third. They just couldn't capitalise. That's not my fault. They just couldn't capitalise, you know. But I was waiting for it.
My fault.
No, well, it's not my fault because I've heard all the excuses, you know what I mean? Oh, we should, if we had kicked straight, if this, if that, if my grandma had balls, she'd be my grandfather. It's all, it means nothing to me, you know? You should have kicked the goals, you know, but I was waiting for them. We held them. We defended great. Everyone go home and look at that third quarter again. That was a good quarter made by us, man. They kept peppering away and we held them. And then what do? We come out. We finish them off in the first 10 minutes and it's done. Yep. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.
Go home nice.
4 points. Go home. We got 4 points. And, you know, and talk about the pressure of trying to win a game, man. The pressure for the jumper punch to Essendon to win so tonight could be a good night is huge, mate. That's all I was thinking. Please win, mate. Imagine coming here and have to listen to that banana tonight. All right,
So we win this game and now we're here.
No, and now we're here, and so it's 9-4. It's a good start to the season. We're going to set ourselves up for the second half of the season for sure. Yeah.
Second on the ladder.
Second on the ladder. It's not bad percentage, you know, it's not too bad, you know what I mean?
Take care of
Sitting
yourself.
there, we've had some big, and another thing is, people, I don't think we forget, but people remember that we had a tough period there, 7-8 weeks,
Toughest
with
fixture.
injuries. Everyone forgets, mate, like we had, at one stage, you know, we had like 14, 15 players on the injury list there.
What we didn't do we've done what we should have done last year in this patch.
100%.
We've almost broken it, probably ahead of the ledger.
We're ahead of the ledger.
Yeah, in this patch. Well, I think we've exceeded
Where were we last year
expectation
at this point?
Yeah.
Where were we?
We were 4-9, now we're 9-4.
Now we're 4-9 and now we're 9-4.
mirror image.
And that's it. So that's it. So I think we've set ourselves up, and always say, people say, can you win the premiership? Can you win the premiership? I'll tell you one thing, we're going to give ourselves a good chance.
Oh, we'll give it a big shake.
Yeah, we've got some good players there at the top end, and another good thing about the win against Essendon, just remember our top end didn't play too well, people. They didn't play too well at all, and we still come up with the win, mate, because the lesser lights stood up, and that's what you need sometimes, don't you, Peter? Sometimes you can't rely on your champions to always get you. Sometimes you need those role players to stand up in the game and win it for you.
Yeah, well, it's a team, and the whole team has got to work together.
Yeah.
You can't just rely on 4 or 5 blokes all the time. It's got to be a team.
Yeah, and I think that's what we got now.
Unity.
100%. All right, beautiful. So we're going to win the premiership. We're going to win the premiership.
Hopefully.
We're going to give ourselves a good go.
Good stuff. Thank you, Macca.
All right. Thank you very much, mate.
Great stuff.
This one, mate, what a start.
Well done, Macca.
Just remember, 3-time premiership player, mate. 3 medals, mate. That's all.
I saw all of them.
Did you?
Everyone.
79, 81, 82.
Should have won 10 more with that team.
No, well, thanks, mate. We won 3 out of 4. That was a good effort. We were pretty good effort. Then Essendon came up. Yeah, dogs. The dogs. Yeah, but then we came back in the 80s.
Are we the players?
Hey?
Are we going to go through the players?
Do you want it? I reckon we have a break.
We're getting the break?
Yeah. Well, let's
I
have a
reckon what
spell.
we're going to do is we're going to play our favourite segment into the break, and then we're going to have a little bit of an intermission, and then come back with all the fun episodes of the fun segments of Banana of the Week and Mutt, Kit Kats and Rocco's Rant, and we'll do all that after we get back. There's going to be some cake and some pizza for everyone.
There'll be plenty there.
Oh, it's all over there. So everyone just grab a slice, grab a drink, and we'll be back. But before we do, rocking all over the birds.
Proudly brought to you by Blues Crypto, a fan token by Water Koken.
So everyone get on there, and
Make sure this gets up and about.
let's get this going. And this
Help
is
me all
the-
too.